Dudley, the writer and director of StabMovies.com and all of the Stab movies that are on StabMovies.com. And this, you all probably recognize, is Shannon Nightingale, also known in real life as Stephanie Maheu.
Hello.
Stephanie is one of our biggest, brightest, shiniest stars in the Stab movies, so we wanted to have a chance where I could sit down and maybe ask her some questions that you guys had asked or that I had always wondered about her. Just give you all a chance to better know Stephanie. So we're going to start right off, right away. I have a list of questions here, so I'm going to be reading. So if I look down at my lap, I'm not looking at my penis, I'm looking at a list. All right, questions for Stephanie Maheu. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, all that kind of stuff. Let us know a little bit about your background.
So I'm 28 years old. I'm from Dracut. I went to Dracut schools. I moved to Lowell around like 18. And then I went to Middlesex Community College for acting because I've always loved acting. I had kind of a normal childhood, running around, playing, getting into trouble sometimes. I'm really goofy, so
sometimes.
do anything that's
I don't know. You seem like a troublemaker to me.
Yeah, sometimes. I love to laugh, so.
That's why we get along so well. In fact, Stephanie and I really have a similar personality. We're really loud and outgoing and hyper and really committed to everything we do, I think is a good way. Yeah, passionate.
Very
absolutely.
Passionate people.
I would describe Stephanie the same way she described herself. Passionate, loving, caring. She was really, really fun to be around. Those of you who don't get to film with us are really missing out because we have a great time on set.
Oh yeah, we do.
How did you first get into acting?
Well, growing up, my family, like my father and my mother, are very, very dramatic people, and so I kind of learned from them to be kind of over-exaggerated, and I loved being the center of attention and always kind of making people smile, doing anything to entertain anyone. I'd always take a dare. So I just kind of followed that along and went to high school and took a little acting, and I realized, maybe I should have something to fall back on, so I switched to a vocational school, took culinary arts. And when I got out, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm not going to listen to my parents. And I went to school for acting, and I started doing plays. And
So you didn't have their support? They didn't want you to be an actress?
No. My father kind of laughed at me when I told him I was going to be an actress. I think he wanted to have me something in, like, being a vet or being a nurse or
something that's secure, money-wise,
yeah,
right?
because he's like always worried about me, like
I
a
think
typical
that's
parent.
a lot of the families of actors worry that, well, how are you going to make any money? You're all going to be starving artists.
And we weren't like a rich family to begin with, so it would be good to have somebody in the family that, you can borrow money from.
Yeah. That's awesome. So, out of all those different acting experiences you've had throughout your life, which one of those do you think you could call your favorite?
The most favorite? What do you mean favorite?
The favorite, I would say your favorite acting experience would be which one you enjoyed the most. Like, the one that you wish you could just go back to that set or that stage or that place every day, that character even.
Well, I really do love the Stab movies, to be honest with you. I mean, we have such a ball doing them. I mean, there's so much blood. So I love all of that. Everybody has a lot of talent, and when filming's going on, like, we're talking and trying to be quiet, but we're usually having a good time. Josh's usually freaking out in the back.
I'm in the background going, be quiet! Yes, shut up! I can hear you on the camera!
Exactly. I mean, stage is a little different than film because you kind of have to be a little bit bigger.
And more connected directly to your audience. You almost make eye contact with them.
Right. I mean, I like that, but at the same time, I love film.
Would you say film gives you a better chance for a second chance, or would you say stage gives you a better chance for a second chance? If you didn't like your performance the first night on stage, you could fix it the next night, but while you're filming, once I say you're done, you're done.
Yeah,
how do you think that weighs out?
That's true. That's a true observation. I would say theater might be a little bit better in that aspect because you can kind of like go, oh, I didn't really do that good, or the energy was kind of low in this part, and you can kind of pick up slack where you kind of left it, and you can talk to other people and figure out, where you could be a little bit better, as in film.
I like that too, like almost the chance to grow that character further. Like she wasn't strong enough in that scene
I mean, you get so involved in that character because you're it for like sometimes weeks and months, you know.
You are one of the most in-character actresses I've seen. Like, as soon as we say action, like, you're there. Like, you're just right on. A lot of people that do that use method acting, and they have to stay in that character the whole time. But you're able to switch between Stephanie and Shannon pretty easily, would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of, when they say action, I'm working. Like, I'm just kind of
and then cut, and it's right back to Stephanie.
Yeah.
Like, it's very interesting to see, too, because they are distinct people, but...
it's kind of funny too because I'm not really one to be disciplined, I'd say. You know what I mean? So,
nobody puts baby in the corner.
Right, nobody puts baby in the corner. But it's crazy because when it comes to acting, I'm very disciplined.
Very.
And I listen.
On
very
set,
well,
you take notes, you know your stuff, like you're ready to go. Stephanie, the first time she ever showed up on set, we knew we loved her because she knew every single line. Every single line better than anyone else has ever walked in and just known the line. We're like, great, great, that's good job, wow.
Well, I feel like that's something you need to have, at least. If you're going to come onto a set, you need to know your lines.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, that's a big one. Now, out of all the roles you've played, I've seen you in The Crucible, I've seen you in the Stab movies, I've seen your other movies that you've done. Which one do you think challenged you the most as an actress, that really made you work?
I'd say The Crucible, definitely, being Abigail Williams, losing my accent, and just kind of getting into that period. It's just totally different from like what's going on now. And I would do, I would even go to Salem, Mass, walk in those shoes, what I'm saying, and kind of just see what she saw and life that she saw, and just
the pictures that I've seen from that show are so intense. Like, you can tell that every scene you were in, you gave it. Like, you know what I mean?
And
like, you brought it.
We even had, we went to a school and we performed at the school, and we had a glitch, like the lights on the set, like, and the whole audience just went out. So we're in the middle of this crazy scene, Crucible, and all of a sudden everyone's just like, oh my god, and all the kids are screaming, and like once the lights got turned back on, they weren't turned on the set, they were turned on the audience, and I just like, my energy went through the roof, and I nailed it. And even the teachers afterward were like, wow, that was so professional. And just being able to experience that, and then pulling up that energy to get everyone in the audience to stay focused and
pay attention.
Stay in.
It's still about me.
Well, stay into the story. You know what I mean? Because you don't want them to start going, oh, this play is boring, because it's already such a timed piece, and for kids to stay focused.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
The Crucible, man. That if you're 12 years old, that's hard to sit through.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It is.
So, and that's definitely one of the powers you've always had. You pull us in. We have other actresses too that you just can't take your eyes off of. Jen Mallard, when she was in the movie, is like every scene she was in, you knew she was taking.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And then to put you two in the same scene, it's like watching fireworks.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know?
She's awesome.
We're like, wow, who's going next? What's happening? What's going on? Look at all the power in this house.
And that's another thing, like having somebody to play off of, someone that knows what they're doing and they're involved and they're developed. You're just like, this is juice right here.
They really do. You can really feed off of another actor, and I find I feed off of all you guys. Like, I write basically the scripts for you guys now. Like, now that I know who the main characters are and who's the lead girl or who's Rachel's character or my character, like, it's almost like I can be in your brains, and I feel like we all kind of work together like that without even trying.
Like sick, crazy, one-line person.
We are. Like, there's just 8 of us with our heads stuck together.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what it feels like on set too. Like, there's no. I don't like to stifle people creatively, and I mean, you know me. I'll shoot down. No, that doesn't make sense in this scene, or no, let's try a little more like this. But I think.
Oh hell no!
Yeah,
I can do it now.
But we do connect too. Like, you'll say something, and I'll just, why didn't I think of that? And I have that with you. I have that with Rachel.
But it's
like,
awesome because there's not a lot of directors that you can just go, oh, I'm just gonna throw this out at you. How about we do it this way? And they're gonna look at you and go, who the hell is this girl? No. So we're like a family.
I think, you guys really have embodied your characters when you're on that set. So even Rachel, like, playing someone with the same name as herself, that's going to be a challenge to play a characterization of that. But you guys just, that character in and out now. Like, what the in and outs are of Shannon. That's actually my next question too. What's your experience playing Shannon been like, and how have you made a real person, Shannon Nightingale, into a role? Stephanie is the only person in all of the Stab movies that plays a real life person. Everyone else is either a character or themselves. But Stephanie replaced our old actress Shannon Nightingale, who got into a car accident. And so how do you think you found a way to balance Shannon and your Shannon, and how did you make it your own at the same time?
Well, I think it has a lot to do with the way you write her. So it's really easy for me to kind of pick up, okay, these little bits and pieces of what you have created about her, and I'm like, all right, I can take that, and I have me, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of comparisons. Like, that's the first thing I try to do, is try to compare. Like, there's got to be some kind of stitching that can bond these two people together, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, other people are different, but I like to really try to become that, and however I can create it and build it and kind of give them layers, and whatever I can pull from my life experiences that she's had and kind of like resemble them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, like the drug problem I've had, like in my family there was drug addiction and stuff, and I've had my own,
And that's
you know, drinking and whatever.
We went deep in the last movie because Shannon was no longer that real person. Shannon was now a character that I could play with, you know?
Right.
Like, it wasn't just Shannon Nightingale, so your character got dark in the last movie. Like,
and I
she was
liked that.
intense, yeah.
I like that she's kind of going this way and this way, and she's so one minute she's the victim, and the next minute she's just fighter, and the next minute she's, you know, down, and you know, you think that she's gonna break, but then she comes back and she just shows you like there's nothing, I'm unstoppable. Like,
right.
I love that about this. That's what I really truly love about my character.
There's so
her
many
strength.
levels to her too. Like, Shannon's got that sweet side, and that sweet side where she's also being a bitch side,
Right.
that concerned side. Like,
Kind of fun, you know.
there's a lot for, you know, and Shannon is in every essence of you, every movement you have. I can tell that's not a normal Stephanie movement, you know? Even the way you breathe is different when you play Shannon, you know?
Thank you.
And I think that right there too is good advice for people that are acting and who have questions on, well, how do you act? Like, you build that character, you know?
You be.
You
To
be.
act is to be,
Yeah.
just become that character.
Exactly, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, because you're working with yourself, so I mean, and like one case, like you kind of are still you, because
Right.
you're using what you have, but it's
Right.
just kind of like.
So are you and Shannon alike in any way? You and Shannon, the character, obviously. Shannon and Stephanie have actually never met. You've never met
No,
the real
I've
Shannon,
never
right?
met the real Shannon.
The real Shannon and the fake Shannon have never met. So.
And I try not to like watch, like I try not to like watch it in a way where I'm like, I'm trying to be this person, because you can
Right.
never ever be somebody else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so the only thing you can do is take it and be the best you can be
Be the character
at being that
of that
character.
person.
Yeah.
You're never going to be Shannon Nightingale,
Right.
but you can be Shannon Nightingale.
Right. You understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. If you were confused, sorry. I'm really trying. So, how are you two alike, and how are you two different?
I would just like say, in my life, I've been around a lot of negative people,
Yeah.
kind of try to bring me down, and I'm sure everyone has
Clearly,
their
Shannon
share.
has in
So
the movies.
yeah, so I'm
People are trying to kill her every other day. Like,
right, and it's like boyfriend and the people that are closest to her, and she kind of just doesn't know which way life is gonna throw her, and for her to come back after all of that and just say like, I'm here, like I can take another hit, I'm gonna get back up. I have that in me too. Like the life I came from, like just everything. I don't want to get too detailed with my personal life, but
right, yeah.
I'm just like that whole fight she has. I'd say we connect on that.
Absolutely, and I see that too every time you come. That fire is just in your eyes, and that's what I like about you as Shannon too, because Shannon has that fire now.
Yeah.
Shannon has that passion. What, you think you're gonna stab me? All right. So if you're not Shannon, who is Stephanie? Who is Stephanie Maheu? Like, what are your grandest hopes and dreams and desires?
Well, I really love music. I play my own music. I write. I like to help people, and so I've been kind of like, I don't know what I want to do with school, so I was thinking about music therapy, but I don't know, anything where I'm like helping people, and I really, really have a strong connection with children, and I want to help them, I want to build them up, and especially ones that come from places that they were broken down and they thought that they were never going to be anybody. I want to be, you know, their backbone and push them to be everything that they hoped they could be. I want to show them that they can be that.
That is so beautiful. A little tear, little tear.
Thank you. And that's kind of like another reason why I like acting, because, you know, when I was low, or, you know, I thought I couldn't do something, you watch a movie and it just like inspires you. You're like, you know, maybe you saw Center Stage and you were like, oh, now I want to go be a dancer, like whatever it may be, you know, whatever your dream may be. Watching those films made you want to get up and do something, and I was like, I want to make people feel like getting up and doing something.
You're making me feel like getting up and doing something, Stephanie.
You know, I want to move people.
Right, you did. You just moved me at least. So
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm a little emotional. Is there anything you don't like about playing Shannon? Anything about her that you don't like?
No.
I guess maybe just people trying to kill her all the time. That's kind of inconvenient.
I think it makes her who she is.
True.
You know, and I think that everybody has flaws, and I mean every character has flaws, but to not like that about yourself, like, I mean, you kind of just gotta accept the good with the bad and push through and not focus on that. Because if, I mean, any part of me didn't like her, I feel like I wouldn't be connected with the character.
Right. I have that same issue. I won't play someone I don't like.
You know,
even the grungiest people or grungiest character, you can find something in there that you connect with.
Yeah.
And so, you know, if you hate them, it's hard to be them.
Right. Right. And I was asked before, like, would you, you know, play a child molester? And you know, the subject got like a little uncomfortable for me, because I was just like, I don't know. I would have to talk to my family and stuff, and I just could think about my niece, and I don't think I ever want my
it's
niece.
interesting to delve into the psyche of a character like that, but
Right.
it's scary too. And you don't want it. What if that was your one big role? You don't want to. Hey, remember that chick that was a child molester? You know,
and that's another thing. I mean, I remember watching some movies, and they can kind of like kill how people feel about you.
Yeah.
You know, I remember watching Eye for an Eye.
My mom hates Kevin Bacon. I don't remember what movie he was in, but she hates him.
The Altar Boys, Dangerous Lives of Altar
Oh,
Boys.
something like that probably. But she hates him. She'll never. No, I don't like Kevin Bacon.
Yeah,
because that one
he
role.
was so good.
Right.
Because they're so good at being bad,
Right.
but at the same time, you kind of lose some of your fan base.
Right.
And
now,
you know.
do you hope that for Shannon? Do you hope to see a bad Shannon, or what do you hope is next for Shannon?
I mean, I feel like anything is possible. I feel like the sky's the limit. So
It's
because
true.
it's just been like I've gone like so many different places. You know what I mean? Be cool to like wrestle with some zombies. Get some zombies in there. Maybe like a zombie Ghostface that came out of the grave. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, we did kind of tangle with the ghost in the last one with Doobie.
Yeah.
You had some Doobie.
But it didn't have like that ripped flesh. That's just like.
Right.
I want that ripped up
Maybe
flesh.
we could explore some darker form of nightmare for Shannon.
That would be cool.
That would be very interesting.
That would be cool.
Stephanie has a sick mind. Like, she likes the blood. Like, she likes to see the pus dripping out of the wounds.
Yeah, I like the horror. I like all the details.
Do you like scary movies?
Oh yeah, I love them.
You love it, clearly.
I love them. Sometimes they scare the crap out of me. Like, I remember watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre alone in my house, and I was like, oh my god! Like, I kept like checking the door and freaking out. Like,
they get scary.
Oh
Screams scare the shit out of me the first time I saw them. Like, Drew Barrymore, what are you doing? Oh my god, no, don't go near that glass door. Why are you going near that glass door?
yeah.
Don't do it!
I am unanimous for like yelling at the screen. Like, Last House on the Left.
Oh god!
I'm freaking out on the.
We love you, Wes Craven.
Yeah, I'm freaking out on that rape scene there. I was like, why is this so long?
Rape scenes and horror just do not mix with me.
She's
though.
like, why is this so long? I'm like freaking out.
If we could just leave the rape scenes out of them, I'd be so happy. Just say, she got raped. She got raped.
Yeah,
I don't need to see expected like Hills Have Eyes, hillbillies raping people.
Oh my
pass.
No, that stuff freaks me
So
out.
what are your favorite scary movies and why? Stephanie, not Shannon. What are Stephanie's favorite scary movies and why?
I really did like Last House on the Left just because of like.
Are we talking the remake or the original?
Oh, they're both good, but I really connected with the remake.
Yeah, there was some scary shit.
Yeah, it's scary, and it has those really uncomfortable, real moments, because that really happens, and it's just how uncomfortable and I just like how raw and real it is, and crazy.
Are there any other type of roles besides horror movie roles that you're like dying to play? Like what other character types do you want to play? Or
I like the psychological stuff. I like
Yeah.
the kind of like twisted and you don't know where it's going, and then, you know.
That's exactly what I like about the Scream
Yeah.
and Stab movies. Who did it? Why? What's their
Right,
motive?
what's going on,
What's
and then,
what's happening to Shannon through this whole movie? Why is she popping all these pills? Like, why is she so
it's
fucked
this
up?
one, it's that one, and then it's
Right.
your boyfriend.
Again,
You know,
of
and
course.
it's like, what?
And if anyone didn't get that, that's why she was having the doobie flashbacks in the movie. Her boyfriend tried to kill her again. Let's face it, she's got a little penis fear now.
Well, maybe I'll be going for the women now.
That's what's next for Shannon, lesbianism.
Amen.
If you could give one new actor one line of advice, what would it be?
I'd just say try everything, you know. Don't put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, you know, that tries to push your morals, but just, you know, do everything. Independent films, you know, just try to get as much experience as you can from as many different people as you can. And just,
Absolutely.
you know, really study
I would so
your
agree
roles.
with that.
Even if it's a one-liner, study that role. Make that
Be
role
that
yours,
role,
you know?
Be that part, absolutely. There are no small line, only small parts, only small actors,
Yes,
is that what
yes,
they
yes,
say?
yes.
Something like that. Stephanie's a tiny little actress. Tiny little one, she's tall. But she got a big personality.
Yeah, and a big heart.
Alright, this is our last question, so let's make it good. If you wrote the next Stab movie, which of course would feature Shannon as the main girl, who would the killers be and why?
Yeah, I kind of want to be the killer.
I could honestly see that making sense though, like after 5 or 6 or 7 people trying to kill you.
Right,
I
like
would start
all
to
of a
snap
sudden I'm
too.
starting to like really get a taste, kind of like a dog when they bite, they say they have a taste for blood. Now that I've killed all these people that are trying to kill me, it's just like something inside just, you know what, why not just kill them all?
Everyone else wants another story from me
Not that I'm
anyways.
like that in real life. I'm not trying to kill people in real life at all.
What do you think happened to all of our co-stars? Do you see anyone else here right now? Well, thank you so much for taking the time to answer these questions for me and for your fans. I
Thank
know they're
you.
going to love them. And we really look forward to seeing you in Stab 7 and see you
I'm excited to be in Stab 7.
kick some more Ghostface ass.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Stay
I love
tuned.
you so much. And thank you all for watching.
Thank you.